All right, now to the tethering software. First off, if you have a Canon camera, of course, you'll use the free EOS Viewer utility. You can download it from Canon's website, or if you have the little disc, CD disc inside the box where your camera came, it's on there. While you're there, go ahead and grab your USB cable that came with it because you're going to need to connect your camera, of course, to your computer. But so Canon users, that's what you'll use. Nikon users, it's different whether you're on Mac or PC. If you're on PC, you're going to go to DIY PhotoBits and download their free tethered shooting script for Nikon. So that's your first step. Your first step, if you're shooting Nikon on a Windows PC, go to DIY PhotoBits, download free tethering shooting script for Nikon and install that. If you're using Nikon on a Mac, you're going to go to the website Sofortbild app and download a piece of software called Sofortbild, which you see right here. It's free Mac tethered shooting software. It works brilliantly well. It is just awesome, and it's free. Sofortbild is the name of it, and sofortbildapp.com, app.com is the address. So go download it, which I've done. I went ahead and downloaded it. So here's the software right here. It's right there. Now, once you connect your camera to your computer using that little USB cable and you launch Sofortbild, it will see the name of the camera. If you don't see your camera's name here, it doesn't see your camera, make sure your camera's turned on. In this case, it sees it's a Nikon D700. It sees the lens, the focus mode, the exposure, the focal length of the lens. Watch right here where I'm looking, where my cursor is. Watch as I move the barrel of my lens. See, now it's down to 95 and I'm zooming out, then zooming back in. I mean, it's got a live connection right here. Shows you the shutter speed, aperture, the whole 9 yards, even how much battery you have left. It's just brilliant. So you have to do one thing here, all right? So you have to create a folder on your desktop, which I did, and you're going to have to say where to save your photos. So let's go ahead and we're going to save our photos into a folder called Kyle, all right? And we'll name our files Kyle as well. So when I take a picture with my camera, it appears in Sofortbild briefly, and then it's saved into a picture folder called Kyle, all right? Easy enough. That's all you do here. Choose a folder. Then you have to go to Lightroom and you have to tell Lightroom which folder your tethering software is going to save the photos into. That's going to be a watched folder. Anything you drop in that folder comes right into Lightroom. So now you'll go to the File menu, to Auto Import, and choose Auto Import Settings. You're going to go and say, well, which folder is that? Okay, the folder was called Kyle. That's where anything goes into Kyle from Sofortbild gets sucked right into Lightroom. And you choose that. Then you say, okay, now, so once those images are sucked into Lightroom, where do they go? Well, let's save them over to my pictures folder. Let's go to my pictures folder, and then we'll just save them in a new folder called _ Kyle shoot. How's that? They'll go in there. And click choose. So now they're going to come in. Anything that comes into the folder called Kyle in my Light It, Shoot It, Retouch It will be moved into Lightroom and relocated into my pictures folder. We can give it a custom name, so let's call it Kyle. And then we'll apply my copyright data, and then we'll add some keywords like portrait, studio, whatever you want to put in here, stuff like that. Okay, and then you click OK. Then one last thing. Now you have to go into the File menu, go under Auto Input, and make sure that Enable Auto Import is turned on. Make sure that checkbox is on. So now what's going to happen? You're going to take a shot with your camera. It goes into Sofortbild, or it goes into Canon EOS Viewer, or it goes, uses that script. And your photos go into a folder. Lightroom knows which folder it is. As soon as it appears in there, it sucks it into Lightroom. It's a lot easier than it sounds. All right, so that is the software setup, and now let's put it to work.